acknowledgement, but whatever. People thought Camila and I were like into each other. And that made me so uncomfortable, like disgustingly uncomfortable, because I was queer, but she was not. Mm-hmm. And it made me feel like a predator, essentially, because
it's invasive.
It made me feel like a predator because of the type of clips people would put together and the type of stories people would write and the type of stuff. I was always the aggressor, and I was always the one turning her, and I was always the one who was like the masculine energy in the scenario. And it made me very uncomfortable because that's not how I identify. And that's not to say that that's wrong to identify like that. Like, daddy, get your shit. You know what I mean? Like, do your thing. But I did not identify that way. And I also did not have that connection with her. Camila and I were just very good friends at that time. You know what I'm saying? And we respected each other. When each other would talk, we would look at each other. We had love for each other, like genuine friendship. You know what I'm saying? And in the Latinx culture, I don't know about you, but growing up, I was very affectionate with all of my friends. I was very, like, we would tell each other shit that, yeah, maybe you would think we were gay if you were listening over.
Yes.
But we weren't. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't the interaction. So that actually made me so uncomfortable to the point where I to this day, hyperanalyze every connection that I have with a girl because I don't want to make them feel like I'm looking at them that way, because they're to this day convinced that was real. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do anything to change it. Cause even when I talk about it, and I don't talk about it because I've learned to just ignore it, because it was just so traumatizing for me. You know what I'm saying? That it was like, I just chose to ignore it at a certain point, because getting angry to them would mean that it was real and validate it more for them. So I was like, okay, then I can't get angry or defend myself, apparently, because then that just makes it more real. Like, it really fucked with my head, because I was just like, I wasn't even comfortable with telling my parents about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even comfortable telling myself that I was queer, you know? And I didn't see Camila that way. So it just made me uncomfortable that I could potentially be putting off that kind of vibe onto someone who I